name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Pear's Shed. Well, the weather report. Over the weekend we had a cracker frost. It was a beauty. This morning, at the moment it's just after 6:30 on Monday morning and I'm in at work today. Chris, one of my men's got an RDO and with his RDO, yeah, I've got a bit of catch up to do. I'm pushing along with the Queensland Tractor Spares website on the Fergy sections, and so I'm going to try and get ahead on that a little bit if I can. But yeah, look, 6 degrees this morning and 23 is going to be our maximum, and 4 degrees, which we had on the weekend, was a frost, like I said. But it's a bit cool in here. I've got the aircon on warm, and yeah, off and racing. You tell I've had the flu. I've got the woggle bit, and I had a bit of it last weekend, but yeah, it come and hit pretty well through the week. And I went home a bit early Friday and ginned around in the shed and mucked about a bit. But I got the front off the Gold tractor, and the front bush where the pin goes through, there's quite a bit of wear there, about 5 mil. So what I ended up doing was setting it up in my little milling machine on Friday night, and I've bored the hole out to take a standard pivot bush that goes on the pivot. So I do have a little bit of a video of that. I'll just see, I can't remember how much I've got of that bloody thing. And but I got that bored out, and I didn't film actually doing much of it. By the time I set it up in the mill, I said to the missus, I said, I'll just whiz out and set that up and I'll bore it out tomorrow. But anyway, while I was there, I thought, I might just do a practice cut. And so I had to get the little boring head on the little 50 mil one, and to get the length between the two yokes, I had to use actually a boring bar off the lathe to get down long enough to come through. And look, there was a little bit of flex, but by the time I ran it through and did a couple of spring passes, it come pretty good. It ended up like a tad looser than I'd like. I would have liked it a press fit in the housing, but look, it's a firm fit in there. And with the 680 Loctite, it won't go anywhere, but the steel pin goes in and sits in a cast housing, and because the pin's hard, the housing's the soft piece, but the bolt that held the pin in didn't clamp it up tight ever, so that gave the pin a chance to wobble and jiggle around. So I got the bolt and put in the lathe as well, and I machined the shoulder off the bolt so that when the bolt comes up tight, it actually clamps the pin in. And then on the inside edge where the pin sat in the cast, where all the load was, we've actually got a hardened steel bush in the back end there. So look, we'll see how it goes. I also got filmed some of the steering box on the Gold tractor, which will be in the Gold Restoration series, and look, it looks okay. I ended up putting a bit of I put a new seals in. I had new bushes there, but I didn't need them. There's just no wear in there, so we didn't use that. And instead of putting the heavy oil in there, we just put the bit of the limb slip 90 was all I had around. I was going to put 85 140, but yeah, the limb slip 90. So you don't need to get too hung up in what sort of oil goes in your steering box on those old girls. As long as they got something wet in them, it'll go well. I don't think I've got a customer turning up, but anyway, we'll see, I suppose. If you hear the door buzzer go, I'm off. I'm racing away to see what's going on. But yeah, so I had big plans over the weekend, and about getting a lot done on the Gold tractor, and the car's going again now, so I can stop thinking about it. Anyway, Saturday morning, nephew Phil, that was crook a couple of years back. My nephew fell off a motorbike and had brain damage, and took him 2 years to get back to work. He rings up on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock, and he says, I'll be down tonight, I'm going to stay the night on my way to my sister's. So I thought, oh, that'll be nice. And he said, yeah, I'll be there bloody 4 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, something like that. So I thought, oh, that's good. So I went up and yeah, we lit a fire up in the pool room and got that happening. And then, but he had to go from Blackwater up to Dysart to pick his kids up that were up on school holidays. His missus didn't come, she's still driving the water truck out the mines there. And but when he got to Dysart, one of the other aunties, she'd forgot he was coming and took the kids off shopping and doing stuff. So I had to wait at Dysart for a couple of hours. And then by the time we got the kids loaded up for a 7-hour drive down, well, it was 8 o'clock Saturday evening before he rolled in. And so yeah, we sat up till after midnight having a chat. And I think I had 10 Coronas while we were having a yarn and waiting. And yeah, had a bit of a cook up. And yeah, Jude had carbonara and all sorts of things ready. And midnight, filling myself as a cook up on the barbecue at 12:15. We hit the barbie up and had steak, bacon and eggs for something to eat at midnight after a few snorts. And yeah, yesterday he went up the shop there and we went up the shed there and we had a bit of a tour around the shed and the kids had a play, and I brought him in the shop here for a look and all that sort of thing. So yeah, the wheels fell off my weekend. Yeah, it was great to see Phil. I'm glad he came. But all the plans I had for working on the Goldie and all that, they just went out the window, and for the sake of a good time. So that's all right. That's what life's about, isn't it? Really. And so I do have a bit of footage. I'll show bits and pieces at the end of the stew here. Once again, there's not a lot interesting happening apart from a little tractor and Phil turning up. Now, next weekend we're going to Billawheeler to the tractor show, so we're leaving work here Friday, and we're heading up to Banana to my nephew's place to stay for the weekend. So there probably won't be a stew next week. I'll take the camera up, and anything that takes my fancy I'll take a happy snap or two. But yeah, these tractor shows, I do take the camera a lot, but I don't get it out much. I just get chatting to everyone and yeah, having a good time. And yeah, I don't tend to film an awful lot. It's just how it happens. But nephew Ray wants us to whiz over to the rum distillery for him and grab some liqueurs, which you can't buy anywhere else. And so yeah, we got to do a bit of a liqueur trip before we go over. So we're really looking forward to getting over there and seeing Ray and Serene again, and heading to Billow for the show. I've got friends that are leaving town on Tuesday to go and camp over there. It's going to be friggin' freezing. They're going to freeze their ghoulies off. But anyway, they reckon, get up a few days early and bug around and have a chat. So, which that'll be good too for them. But geez, it's going to be cold. And so it looks like it's going to be good weather over there for the day. So it's Saturday and Sunday the show. Everyone gets there on the Friday, which would be Friday the 19th, something like that. I have trouble with these bloody new calendars. All our calendars for years have the week starting on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday being the last day of the week. And there's a new international standard come through now that has Sunday as the last day of the week. It's the 7th day of the week. And that's going to upset the churchies. They'll be going to church on the wrong day if they got to go to church on the 7th day. But anyway, but now the new calendars now, they have Monday as the first day of the week, which that's fine, I suppose. Monday's the first day of the working week, but I've still got stuck in my head that all the calendars should start with Sundays. But anyway, not to worry. I've got a new handle for the pressure cleaner, which I've got at home. I didn't get the sandblasting cabinet assembled again. With Phil turning up, that was on my jobs list, but him turning up, we didn't do that. We just wandered around, had a cuppa and a beer and mucked around. And that's it. And I got a copy now of the operator's book. it's a copy of the operator's book for the diesel TE20 that we have in the shed, and it's a reprint. And but yeah, look, it looks exactly. It's printed in England. It looks exactly like the original book, and yeah, it's a beauty. So that'll give me. Oh, just as you buy the tractors, you buy the bits and pieces that go with them. So the book's a good thing too. No, man. You don't have a cold for long for it to seem a bloody long time, do you? Nephew Phil come into the shop yesterday, and he's always been a skinny bastard, weedy prick. And anyway, he's got a good cook. His new missus, which he's had for a few years now. I went up to best man for him a couple of years ago. She's a good cook, and he's putting on the pounds. So we had a weigh-in boots and all yesterday, and I hit the scales at 109.6. So that's a good thing. I've had trouble getting under 110 kilos. It seems to be one of those things I couldn't get around. So yesterday I jumped on at 109.6 and he jumped on at 112. I was, oh, you fat bastard. But he's been straight up and down. But that was good. Well, I always jump on the scales with all my boots and work gear and my belt and all that. And he says, "Hey, you take your boots and that off." I said, "Nah." I thought I'd just walk past and hop on. So whatever my weight is, it's got me jeans and me belt and me boots and probably me wallet in me pocket. And he reckons he had his wallet in his pocket, made him heavier, but I know a miner's wallet's a bit heavier than a bloody tractor part salesman's wallet, anyway, we'll see how we go. But look, I've got a little bit of footage of just shortening the bolt and look, just a little bits and pieces. So yeah, have a good week, everyone. I'll tag a little bit of machining on the end this week because there is some, and yeah, no, I might go home a bit later and see, but with Chris away today, I've decided to come and try and get a bit of a jump on the week, and then having Friday off as well. If I didn't come and do something today, it'd only give me a 3-day week, which that'd be alright too. I wouldn't be whinging about that, but anyway, we'll see how we go. So, but that's it for this week. There probably won't be a stew next week because Judy and myself will be off touring around the countryside, but we'll try and catch up the week later, eh? So, alright, everyone, have a good week and we'll catch up with you. See ya. Right, last night I didn't have the camera down here. I didn't want to go and get it because the dogs would bark and wake the whole household up. But what I've done, I've had I'll go the other way. I'll try and zoom out a little bit, and you can just see the top of the boring head here. And what I did, just to get the length down to bore the wear out of this front bolster here, I used a lathe boring bar in the boring head just to get down far enough. Now there was a bit of flex there and I had to do a couple of spring cuts to get the sizes, and look, we're pretty well bang on, and look, that worked okay. We didn't film that, like I say, because of the if I went up the back and got the camera, well, the dogs would go nuts, and got the grandkids here and I would have woke the whole house up, so I chose not to. Now this bottom pin here, the pin goes in from the front, and this back hole is where most of the load goes, and usually with this pin wobbling around a little bit, you get a lot of wear in this back housing. And so what we've done, this is a solid, it's a hard steel bush out of the front axle on a Fergy 35, 3/4 of an inch thick, and these are the normal bushes that we put in on the axle pivot, and they're steel backed with a brass, I'll try and keep that in focus for you, and a brass centre. So I've bored the housing out, and we're going to Loctite this rear hardened steel bush in the back here. We're also going to, I've only got one of these and I want to do the job this weekend, so we're going to put a brass one up the front and just cut it down. That's all we have at home at the moment. And pardon me, I've still got the flu, but anyway, the show must go on. But yeah, we're going to come in through the back here and put this bush in from this way and the other bush in from that way, and then we bring the pin down here. Now, another problem I've noticed, and this would be helping the pin wear or the bush wear at the back here, like that's a lovely fit there now. And when we run this screw down, right, the shoulder of the bolt is against the housing there now, and we've got that much movement there. So we're going to grab this bolt, chuck it in a collet, and we're going to measure this plate on the pin here, and we're going to reduce the shoulder on the bolt so that when the bolt comes up tight, it all locks up. And this one had a nut in the back here, which I don't know, I've never actually seen many of them with that. Well, most of the TE20s I've done, I haven't done all that many 35s, so we're going to put the nut back in. There was enough room for the nut in behind, so we're going to go with that. And this shoulder on the bolt here, when I get it out, can you see? You can see the shoulder's it's got the corner bashed off it, or knocked off it. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. So we're going to put this in a collet, and we're just going to come in with a parting tool, and we're just going to take that edge off there, and where that corner is chamfered away, probably from the pin knocking around on it, I would think. Maybe not. But we're going to square this shoulder up and make it the same thickness as the pin here, so we don't actually have any sticking out. So you can see how much is sticking out in through here. So we're going to take that off, and that'll bring the pin down solid against the housing here. We've got a good surface on the housing for the pin to go in tight. We're going to drop that in, Loctite it in, and the axle had plenty of room to have a bolt, a nut under the back here. Now these are rough castings at the back here, and I noticed when I was coming down with the boring bar, you'd get an uneven cut at the end here because it's thinner here than down there. So I'm pretty sure that nut wouldn't have been there, but I haven't had a look in the parts reference to check. So we're going to put this pin here, like I say, is going to be Loctited in, a hard steel pin, and I'm not going to bore that into the housing there because bringing that pin in closer to the axle pivot has to help the whole cause. And the top one here, yeah, I'm going to drop a bush down and bring it in through here, and with this bolt holding it and all that, I'm sure the brass will be fine in there. It's not going to move anywhere. So anyway, follow along, we'll see what we can get up to. Right, so with the bolt here, I've got the parting tool sitting in, so I'm just going to come up and touch off with the parting tool. Just take him so it just touches under the head there, and we're going to zero the DRO out. So we zero the DRO. Now we get the pin. And we just measure the flange on the pin here. Try and get it in shot length. Bloody hard to get good help, isn't it, really? Okay, so what have we got there? 325, 35, 337 thou. I'll just check that over here again so I can get a better feel. Yep, 337 thou. So with the DRO, we just bring her over 337 thou. 331, 32, 33, 34, 337 is right there. Okay, we'll crank her up and see what we got. It's as simple as that. So if we pop that out, oh, excuse my arm there. And we check it through here. Very close. So that should hold the pin tight. You've got a bit of side movement, that's fine. So that should hold the pin tight and stop that jiggling around in the housing, which could well be why it wore so much, because that pin wasn't held rigid. So okay, we'll change chucks and we'll shorten the front bush. Okay, this bush is going to stay where it is. I'm not going to drop the shoulder like I said, but to machine one of these bushes down to the thickness of this here, we'll just have to measure this, and we're sitting on 775 thou there roughly, so we might go to 800 thou, and that'll give us a little bit of extra body. Yeah, it's the 800. It's 805 at the back and about 780 at the front. So, we'll make the bush the full width of the bottom here, and it'll stick out a little bit here. And look, that's fine. We'll go with that. And I'm going to machine the shoulder off here, and we're going to Loctite it in. I probably wouldn't mind that a little bit tighter than it is, but not to worry. That Loctite, bit of 680, that won't move in a fit. So we'll put this bush up in the lathe and we'll machine him down and yeah, see what we got. Right, I'll just bring you down a little bit there, and I'll just set the bush loosely in the chuck. So I'm going to use my little ball bearing tool I made years ago. And that should be true enough for what we're doing at this stage. Now we'll just nip him up. Pop that out of the way. Now my trusty parting tool, where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, now I want to clean that up. Now, the tip on my parting tool what do we have there? We have 125 there, so yep, 1/8. So what the plan is bring this right in up the back. Kelly dog's scratching on the door because she wants to go out. So just bring that up till it's just touching. Zero the DRO once more. Bring him out. 800 thou, which is what we wanted. Plus 125, because we're going from this side of the cutting edge to the other. So that should be okay to go there. Now we'll just check for clearance. There you go, new position. Alright, we'll just start him up. Okay, so that should be pretty damn close to 800 thou. Now I'll just deburr that first. You're not getting a real straight run there. It'll have to be close enough, I believe. We'll pop him out. One way to warm your hands up. Good frost here this morning. Two thou under, that's fine. Won't matter for what we're doing. So yeah, that bush, we'll go over to the lathe once more, or to the mill I mean. It's got a nice lead in there. And we'll sit it in the housing, see what it looks like. Well, there you go. There's the bush in the housing. Now the pin. What did I do with the pin? Here we go. Stop looking. I found it. Wind the mill head up out of the way a bit. So with that there, then that bolt now should, to use an American term, snug up. We don't say snug up over here, we just say be bloody good fit. Excuse my hand for a second. Look at that. Everything straight in. a chance that's moving anywhere. So we have another bush here. What I'm going to do with this bush, I have another bush here. What I'm going to do with this bush is, actually in the bottom of the pin here there's an oil hole, and what the idea was back years ago, you put your oil gun in here and you give it a squirt and the oiled the hole here, but I think what I'll do, I'll just run a grease, I'll keep it in focus there, I'll just run a grease run around there, and then I'll, because it's for road runs and we won't have dirt chopping the bush out, I'm going to put a grease nipple in here in the axle and just make it greasable so we can pop a bit of nice clean grease in all the time, so stay tuned. Right, I'm having trouble in my little container here. I haven't done my brackets for my cameras yet, so I'm having trouble getting it all right. Okay, look, we got 1.5 inch bush here, so I'm just touching off on the front there with the little boring bar. We'll zero her out. We'll run up about 3/4 inch, somewhere around the middle, where it just doesn't matter. And that's it. I'll see. Can we go handheld for a second? You can see in there where the grease run is through there. So once we get it in the axle, we'll drill down into that. We'll just measure it and we'll just drill straight through and pop a grease nipple in so we can grease it when we're out and about driving around.